Hello, this is The Way of Fairness. My name is Stephen Childs. And in our world, we have two kinds of people: people that support fairness and people that don't. People that aren't supporting fairness are the problem. If we're going to have peace on planet Earth between the people, the religions are going to have to stop being unfair to people that aren't in their religion. There's lots of examples of this. There's many religions that have the intention of taking over the whole world. That's not fair because some of us are faith-based atheists. And what is it that we have faith in if we don't think there's a God? You might wonder. How about extraterrestrials? Yeah. How about things we don't even know about yet, but they didn't create reality? Because we don't think anything with a mind created reality. Lots of people don't think that a mind was involved in the creation of the Big Bang and in the creation of life, self-replication of the DNA molecule that results in human beings that are still animals and always will be. Well, it depends on how you classify that. That's way out in the future. Like maybe next year. No, I'm exaggerating there. Um, Things are changing fast. We got the CRISPR. We got AI. It's scary. People are very concerned about artificial intelligence and about the CRISPR gene splicing technology. If we don't have fairness for all people and all animals, all life forms, as the primary concern, then we're in for disaster. What humans could possibly do, coming from selfish greed, not caring about the other people because they're the enemy and God hates them anyway. Can you imagine what could happen? It's dreadful. So, on the other hand, if all the people on the planet think about this and are supported and protected so they can think about this, that we need fairness as the number one purpose for everybody. Nobody should ever be treated unfairly again. That's the ideal. So that's the goal. From the time we're born till the time we die, we should not be treated unfairly by anyone. Why should we be? We deserve better than that. After all, we're the human beings. You know, I have more respect for non-human animals than I do for human animals. And if you don't like me classifying humans as one of the animals, you need to get your update in your brain and catch up with what our knowledge has shown us is the case. Our DNA is not any different whatsoever than the other animals. Humans are one of 5 great apes, and there's no way you can argue that that's not a fact from the evidence. So we're back to the religions that say that the world was created 6,000 years ago and God created all the species, and then another book says that Jesus created the universe. and they're not in agreement, and then the Quran doesn't agree with either one of those. So we need to update the religions. They all need to agree, no more unfairness to non-members. So have a foreword at the beginning of the scriptures saying that we're updating all of the religions on the planet at the same time. That's the idea in the World Human Fairness Agreement. On the same day it goes into effect, and we all agree at the same time. None of the religions can teach anything that's unfair anymore. So the stuff that's from the past that's unfair, the forward to the new scriptures with the update says those are disregarded. And the primary purpose of all the religions on planet Earth are to create fairness for all forms of life. And it would change the sentiments of the people to be respected like that from the time you're born. Humans would be different. They would not be hateful, selfish, greedy. We could be wonderful humans, wonderful people. We could be proud that we're humans instead of, whoa, I'm one of these kind that does all these terrible things to each other and to the animals. I mean, slavery. We enslaved humans like we enslaved the domesticated animals. And some of them are mistreated horribly. Some of the humans they chopped their foot off if they tried to run away. And the Bible condones it. And so does the Quran. So, we need to get this to happen now. We need the World Human Fairness Agreement. The reason I added the word human into it is because some smart ass says, well, life isn't fair. So you have World Fairness Agreement and you're crazy because life is not fair. So I specified human fairness. Humans can be fair to each other and to the other forms of life. And I don't know. I've been trying to get people on board with this idea. I get hopeful that it's going to happen, and then I get this feeling that something's stopping it. Something's blocking me. I'm being canceled. I'm being censored. I have that feeling. So, if you like what I'm doing, let's get together and make a worldwide movement telling the leaders of our planet, we want fairness now for everyone, all the forms of life. I grew up in the LDS religion. There was a lot of protests about discrimination back in the 60s. Well, the prophet of the church had a revelation from God that the black people should be allowed into the priesthood and treated the same as the white people. So they conveniently had this revelation from God. Well, when you don't think there really is a God, then you can say anything about God because it's come from something that we don't think is even real. But E.T., I personally know E.T. is real because of my subjective experiences that I have. That's why I realize we need to have faith-based atheism. because I have faith in ET. I have faith that, now this is really fun because the believers in God, which God, I don't care, that think that atheists should burn in hell or be killed, or atheists are wrong or something like that. I have faith that since there's not really a God, I have faith that there's not one. And I have faith that there is extraterrestrials that are very, very, very powerful, very advanced, so far advanced they're playing games with UFOs. We don't even have a clue what they're up to. We better hope they care about us. So here's the first thing to do. Care about them. Care about all forms of life everywhere. And then they'll reciprocate and they'll care about us. They're treating us how we treat the other forms of life. I think that's what's going on. So anyway, I have faith that they will create a hell for the people that think atheists are evil. And those people will burn in hell that the extraterrestrials create. No, that's hyperbolic. But the religions are. The religions actually say things like that about atheists. That's not fair. So, there's two kinds of people. People that support fairness and people that don't support fairness. And all the people that don't support fairness, we're going to convince them to support fairness. I mean, they got children. Don't they have daughters and sons that are going to have children on the planet? Can't they see that we need to have this happen so that we don't have these wars over different gods from different religions, and they don't believe those other gods are real, but they still believe theirs is? I don't understand that. So, if we are unified, and if we have the majority, if we have the power, if we have the support of the people with money and the people that are leading these religions, the people that are leading these governments that are influenced by these religions, and they're influenced by the greedy corporations that are ruling the earth with corporate law. So if we unify and say, you got to update this, you got to change this now. Thank you.